There's a reason why Friends is still considered one of the greatest sitcoms ever made. And this scene proves exactly why. Because on the surface, it looks like just another funny conversation between friends. But underneath the comedy, the scene is actually exploring something very real: how differently people handle honesty, intimacy, and friendship. The scene starts casually. A simple conversation between friends suddenly shifts toward fantasies and private thoughts. At first, one of them completely avoids the question. You can instantly feel the hesitation, and that's what makes the writing feel realistic. Because most people don't openly talk about personal fantasies, especially with friends. But then the pressure slowly builds. The others keep teasing him, pushing him to admit something, and eventually he gives in. He brings up a famous sci-fi movie scene involving a character in a gold outfit. The moment is funny, not because of the fantasy itself, but because of how seriously and awkwardly he explains it. That uncomfortable honesty is what creates the comedy. And then the scene gets even better. Another character reveals that he and his girlfriend share almost everything with each other. That completely shocks the others. For them, some things are supposed to stay private. So now the conversation becomes bigger than just jokes. It turns into a debate about relationships, boundaries, and friendship. Should couples share every detail? Do friends secretly think the same things? And why are people so embarrassed to admit completely normal thoughts? That's why this scene still works today. The humor feels natural instead of forced. Nobody is trying too hard to be funny. The comedy comes from reactions, timing, awkward pauses, and relatable behavior. And that's something Friends mastered better than almost any sitcom. Even the pacing of the scene is perfect. Every reveal happens slowly. First denial, then hesitation, then confession, then mutual embarrassment, and finally, everyone realizing they're probably more similar than they thought. It's honestly one of the smartest things about the show. The characters feel exaggerated enough to be entertaining, but still human enough to feel real. And that balance is exactly why scenes like this became iconic. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just a joke scene about fantasies. It's a scene about how awkward honesty can actually bring people closer together. And somehow, Friends turned that into comedy history.